Hey, it's me, Claude Johnson with the Black Fives Foundation, high on a hill in Wappinger Falls, New York. It's a little town that's north of West Point, south of Poughkeepsie, along the Hudson River that's behind me. I'm carrying this brick around. So, am I here because I'm pledging? No, it's because across the river from where we are is a place called Danskimer Point. And Danskimer Point used to be where there were several brick factories that led the world in brick making. This was the world's leading brick making region. They produced hundreds of millions of bricks a year, including this brick, which was made across the river, our artifact of the week. You may have noticed that this brick has 3 letters on it, JJJ, and wondered, what does that mean? Well, it turns out that back then, bricks had monograms on them, or brands, just like in the old days, the way they used to do with cattle. So it's a great way to identify where the brick came from. It turns out that this brick was made by a man named Juan Jacinto Hova, who owned the Hova Brickmaking Company. And that's why it has the mark JJJ, which is the acronym for his initials. The Hova family came to this region from Cuba in the late 1800s, and when they got here, they saw the amazing quality of the clay and the sand in the area and immediately saw the opportunity. The thing that distinguished the Hova bricks from other bricks in this area and around the world is that they used first-rate expertise and outstanding quality of materials. The whole process was very scientific, and they actually used machines to make these bricks. One machine could turn out 24,000 bricks a day. The bricks, once they were finished, were shipped down the Hudson River by barge to New York City and used not only there but all around the world. In New York City, they were used in several famous buildings, including the colossal old Customs House in the Financial District and the New York Public Library main branch on 42nd Street, as well as this place. I'm here at the corner of West 138th Street and Adam Clayton Powell, which is also 7th Avenue in Harlem. I'm standing diagonally across from the site, now under construction, of where the Renaissance Ballroom, Casino, and Theater Entertainment Complex used to be. This was one of our country's most important historical sites for basketball and possibly Black America's greatest cultural shrine. The reason that I'm here is that our artifact of the week is one of the vintage bricks that was used in the original building. It was one of the first structures in the country that was designed, financed, built, owned, and operated by blacks, and that's how they advertised it. It was truly the hub of the Harlem Renaissance period. It was also the home of the Harlem Renaissance Big Five, an all-black professional barnstorming basketball team that was arguably the most dominant team of the last century. From 1923 to 1949, the Rens won 2,588 out of 3,117 games. That's a staggering winning percentage of over 85% during a span covering 25-plus years. And in the 1932-33 season, they won 88 straight games in 86 days. And that team, collectively, is enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. They also won the inaugural World Championship of Professional Basketball in 1939. But irregardless of that, demolition of this structure began on March 30th, 2015, almost a year ago. If you'd like to find out more about the details on how this happened, please read the article Requiem for a Harlem Shrine, which my friend Professor Kevin Magruder of Antioch College and I teamed up to write. It's on our website. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment to read a little bit of it here. We kept visiting the demolition site to pay our last respects and to work through the grief of this loss. We were not alone. Residents and random passerby who were unaware of the project stood in shock and disbelief, unable to comprehend how this could have happened, unable to contain their emotions at the sight of the empty lot. Not even the demolition workmen were immune to the visceral, palpable sense of sorrow. One of the union foremen was kind enough to let us examine the site, and he also allowed us to retrieve several bricks. One goal was to give one of these to each of the direct descendants of the New York Renaissance Big Five basketball team. because what else is there to give them? These would be the historical structure's proverbial last remains, but that would require more than several bricks. The Hova Brick Company used advanced technology and machines to make bricks like this one. And at one point, this company was making over 30 million bricks a year. They had to produce these bricks during brick making season, which for some of you is the basketball season. But for these workers, it was a certain time of year when the soil was ripe enough, let's say, to extract the clay and the sand that they needed for the production. I guarantee you that there weren't many bricks flying around when the New York Rens were playing basketball. This is Claude Johnson at the former site of the Renaissance Ballroom, home court of the New York Rens world champion basketball team and a black cultural shrine, with a brick made by Juan Jacinto Hova that was used in the original building, our artifact of the week. Remember, it's your turn to make history now. Let's take a walk to see what's going on with this construction. Maybe there's something interesting we can see. Just looking around here. Construction workers. Looks like there's a lot going on. I don't know what. Looks like they're making progress, right? That's what it is, if you can call that progress though, right? Why is it progress?